Hello and welcome back to my Daily News X, your go-to podcast for the freshest in U.S. policy, economy, and what it means for you. Well, I'm your host Kramer, and today we're diving into a big ticket proposal. Yes, I'm talking about the $2,000 per person payment to Americans from tariffs. Yes, you heard that right. We'll unpack why this idea is on the table, what the details are, and what Donald Trump said on his social account, who might qualify, and what the experts are actually saying about all this topic. So strap in, my friends, because we got a lot to cover during this segment. All right, so stay tuned. What's happening and why? Over the weekend, Mr. President Trump announced that the U.S. will provide a dividend of at least, listen to this, $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, fortunately, to every American funded by tariff revenue. Yes, so that's what's coming. The big question is, why now? Well, there's multiple reasons why he's doing this, and I'm going to explain to you one by one so you can understand better the situation and why he's doing this. Number one, the administration is boasting increased tariff revenue from trade policies and wants to show citizens a direct benefit from all this. Number two reason, it's a political and a strategical move, a way to connect with voters by offering direct cash relief and a style similar to past stimulus checks, like pre-COVID and when he did the first one, and after COVID, of course. It could strengthen public support, believe it or not. Number three reason, the talk of paying down national debt and sharing gains from trade tariffs is a part of the messaging. Trump mentioned trillions of dollars coming in the U.S., being richest, most respected country, and record stock market price. So the why is part economic, part political, and part messaging. Show that the tariffs aren't just about imports, but about sharing the profits with Americans, us. Now, let me talk about what actually Trump said on his social platform, through Social X, because he wrote this. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are the highest ever. So we're taking in trillions of dollars, and we'll soon begin paying down our enormous debt of $37 trillion. Record investing in the USA. Plans and factors going up all over the place. And a dividend of at least $2,000 per person, not including high-income people, will pay to everyone. So there you have it. Let's try to give back money to the Americans, to the people. But notice this, a few important details. He says not including high-income people, but he didn't directly specify exactly what income thresholds or how many people everyone covers. And there's also no timeline was clearly offered at the moment when he said that. Here's where things get a little bit hazy, and based on the information that I have, okay? Trump specified that the payments would exclude high-income people, but beyond that, the eligibility criteria, what counts as high income, and whether dependents or children are included, and exactly when and how checks will be disbursed are not yet spelled out. So keep that in mind. We need to hold on to the, we need to get more information as the news comes forward in the next upcoming days. So we'll give you more information about that. I want to talk about the estimates about this budget. Policy experts estimate if you cover around 115 million people, Americans, earning up to $100K a year, and you pay them $2,000, well, you're talking about $300 billion in total cost. That's how much it's going to cost us, to our taxpayers, And tariff revenue thus far is far lower than the cost, raising questions about feasibility. So if you're listening, you should keep in mind that you qualify is not confirmed yet. The concept is proposed, and the details yet to come. Now, let's look at the expert commentary side and critique about all this situation. Many economists say that the idea is politically appealing, but fiscally unrealistically at this level or at this stage. For example, one economics professor, emeritus, said that the tariff revenue covers only a fraction of what will be needed to pay the $2,000 per person. We also have other highlight legal questions that we need to keep in mind, and they're concerning. Since this hinges on tariff funding, there's a pending court case about the administration's authority to impose such tariffs under emergency powers. So legality, legality is uncertain. Just to let you know. Yeah. There's also concern about inflation or overheating the economy. If you put a lot of money into circulation at a time when supply constraints still exist, you could boost demand and push prices up. At the same time, supporters argue that the giving direct cash boost consumer spending gives relief to Americans and shows that the trade policy can benefit citizens directly. The narrative is, you pay tariffs, you get a return. Very simple. So there's a positive framing after all this. In short, guys, experts are cautiously watching this very closely in Washington as well. But many say it's a great idea in theory, but tricky in practice. Okay, so here's a big question for you guys. So what does it mean for you, the listener, and what should be you watch in the next couple of days or hours? Well, if you're in the 18 to 65 age group bracket, which I think you are if you're tuning into my podcast, you might be excited about the $2,000 coming up. But don't count on it yet, because there's no law has been passed. No IRS or Treasury details have been released at this moment. So let's watch for legislation, because Congress will need to authorize the payment. Keep an eye on hearings, budget proposals, and tariff revenue reports. Also, you need to keep in mind this. You need to watch your income level, because excluding high income people means there will be income thresholds when it comes to this. So you want to watch this where you stand, when it comes to how much you make. Keep an eye on the tariff revenue numbers and government reports. If the funding doesn't materialize, the payment could be delayed, reduced, or morph into tax credits rather than just direct checks to Americans. I think, for me, from a point of view, I think this is going to come through maybe next year. Because it might be after, let me start probably voting after March or May probably. Because you might see it maybe as a tax credit, once you do your the taxes, you might get it as a tax credit. So again, that's my personal thought on this. Think about how would you use $2,000. It's going to go to savings, it's going to go to paying down debt or your car payment, spending on groceries, or investing. So getting ahead of your personal financial is very good at this moment. And from a policy angle, this reflects a shift in how the government might distribute tariff revenue directly back to citizens, something to watch for future policy decisions. All right, guys, so just to finish with this podcast and get things done. So yes, proposal of $2,000 per person check funded by tariffs is bold. I like it. It's a big picture. It's something to think about. It's a headline grabbing and potentially beneficial for many Americans. But right now, it's a concept with a big question marks. For example, legibility, timing, funding, and law. President Trump's message is clear and enthusiastic. And like I said, I like it. It's very good. It's a good idea. But the implementation details are not yet. From the expert side, it's very interesting, but we'll believe it when we actually see it. Thank you for tuning in to my Daily News X. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with a friend who would like to keep track of U.S. economy policy and how it might affect everyday life. I'm your host, Kramer. We'll see you tomorrow for another roundup of what's happening in America. Clear, concise, and focused. So please stay curious, stay engaged, and have yourself a great day. Thank you for coming, guys.